So today we are going to take this poem "The World Is Too Much With Us" by William Wordsworth. It is prescribed in our BA second year syllabus. So the summary of the poem is like this. Angrily, the speaker accuses the modern age of having lost its connection to nature and to everything meaningful. Getting and spending, we lay waste our powers. Little we see in nature that is ours. We have given our hearts away a sordid boon. He says that even when the sea bares her bosom to the moon and the winds howl, humanity is still out of tune and looks on uncaringly at the spectacle of the storm. The speaker wishes that he were a pagan, raised according to a different vision of the world, so that standing on this pleasant lea, he might see images of ancient gods rising from the waves, a sight that would cheer him greatly. He imagines Proteus rising from the sea and Triton blowing his wreathed horn. Now, if we talk about the form of the poem, this poem is one of the many excellent sonnets Wordsworth wrote in the early 1800s. Sonnets are 14-line poetic inventions written in iambic pentameter. There are several varieties of sonnets. The World Is Too Much With Us takes us the form of Petrarchan sonnet. Remember this. This is a Petrarchan sonnet modeled after the work of Petrarch, an Italian poet of the early Renaissance. A Petrarchan sonnet is divided into two parts: an octave, the first 8 lines of the poem, and a sestate, the final 6 lines. The rhyme scheme of Petrarchan sonnet is somewhat variable. In this case, the octave follows a rhyme scheme of ABBA, ABBA, and the sestate follows a rhyme scheme of CDC, DCD. In most Petrarchan sonnets, the octave proposes a question or an idea that the sestate answers, comments upon, or criticizes. Commentary. If we talk about the commentary on this poem, "The World Is Too Much With Us" falls in line with a number of sonnets written by Wordsworth in the early 1800s and that criticize or admonish what Wordsworth saw as the decadent material cynicism of the time. This relatively simple poem angrily states that human beings are too preoccupied with the material, the world, getting and spending, and have lost touch with the spiritual and with nature. In the sestate, the speaker dramatically proposes an impossible personal solution to his problem. He wishes he could have been raised as a pagan, so he could still see ancient gods in the actions of nature and thereby gain spiritual solace. His thunderous great God indicates the extremity of his wish. In Christian England, one did not often wish to be a pagan. On the whole, this sonnet offers an angry summation of the familiar Wordsworthian theme of communion with nature and states precisely how far the early 19th century was from living out the Wordsworthian ideal. The sonnet is important for its rhetorical force. It shows Wordsworth increasing confidence with language as an implement of dramatic power, sweeping the wind and the sea up like flowers in a bucket. And for being representative of other poems in the Wordsworth canon, notably London 1802, in which the speaker dreams of bringing back the dead poet John Milton to save his decadent era.